At this time, I would like to draw attention or awareness to the emerald ash borer beetle. The emerald ash borer beetle is infesting ash trees, and they are not discriminating against what type of ash. They are going after all ash trees. What we are trying to do is locate ash trees that are infested and treat the trees with triage. That is a chemical that is injected into the tree to try and kill the larvae. The emerald ash borer beetle, the female will lay her eggs at the very top of an ash tree and bore into the branches of the tree, lay her eggs. The larvae then will live off of the ash tree throughout its life, come down through the tree as time goes on, and it'll continue laying eggs, and as it comes all the way through, the ash tree is its food source, and that's why it begins at the very top. When it's 2 years into infestation, you'll start to see on the underside of the upper branches light colored flaking bark of the underside of the branches. When you start to see that, that's an indication that your tree could be infested. Also, when you see lots of dieback of the foliage, that's another sign that your tree is under stress, and ash borer beetles go after ash trees that are stressed. Also, if you see sprouts coming from the trunk area, that's another sign that the tree is stressed, and it's trying to save itself by having the sprouts come out from the trunk. As you can see here, these are all tunnels, and that's caused by the emerald ash borer beetle larvae. And what it does is it acts like scar tissue, which prevents the nutrients of the ash tree from going through the tree to keep the tree alive. Within 6 years of infestation, the tree will die. If you have ash tree on your property, if you know of people that have ash tree, some of the signs that you would want to watch for are foliage dieback, light colored bark flaking, D-shaped exit holes, and then here, this is the bark of the ash tree, and you can see even some tunnel markings on the inside part of this bark. But any D-shaped holes that you see are exit holes of the adult beetle. And when she becomes an adult, she moves on and goes on to another ash tree and starts the process all over again. These are beetles that are really causing lots of problems throughout the United States in many different areas. And the triage hopefully is to prevent further spread of the beetles by killing the larvae. The other thing you must need to do is not transport firewood. That is one of the ways the emerald ash borer beetle is moving on across the country. People are taking firewood from their home area, going into wilderness areas that are far from their home, and that wood may be infested with the emerald ash borer beetle. Therefore, any ash trees that you happen to come in contact with in the forest area that you're going to will eventually become infested from the beetles that you are transporting. So please do not transport firewood. The emerald ash borer beetle is a emerald green in color beetle. Most likely you will not see one. Very rarely have they been seen. But you may encounter larvae. If you peel back the bark of your ash tree, you will see these tunnels, and in those tunnels you may see larvae. And that's what you see here. These are all tunnels here. There's no larvae here, but all what you see are tunnels all through here. And if you start to see it like this, the tree is definitely gone, and there's no need to concern yourself with it any longer. But if you could catch it within the first 2 years, possibly 3 years after it's been infested, it will help greatly to inject it, and hopefully those injections will help in keeping your ash tree alive. The injections must be done by licensed tree service people who will inject the tree, and the injections last for 2 years. On the 3rd year, you must have the triage again injected into the tree, and the process must be repeated every 2 years until you start to see signs that your tree is returning back to the way it was originally. That's and property values. Many people have trees for shade of their properties, which increase your property values by $10,000. So it's good if you have them on your property and you want to keep the value of your home up. It's good to try and save your trees as best as you can. And just be observant and try to have a watchful eye for the signs that I had already mentioned. If you see lots of woodpecker activity, it's another sign that your tree is probably infested. The woodpeckers are actually going after the larvae. And woodpecker make round holes, and the emerald ash borer beetle make D-shaped holes. So if you see D-shaped holes, that's very, very important to watch for. And I thank you for your time.